Hey guys, welcome back to True Crime with Shannon, where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. Sadly, there is an 11-year-old that has been missing for 22 days out of Cornelius. And it's baffling how a child could be missing without being reported for 22 days. So, this just hit over the weekend, the last few days. So, let me go through what we know so far here. And this is out of WRAL News. Cornelius, 11-year-old, missing for 22 days. Mother and stepfather are arrested for failing to report. So Madalina Cojocari has been missing since November 23rd. She was last seen that day in Cornelius. Now, this was originally posted on December 17th, which was, I believe, Saturday, because today's the 19th, and it was updated 6 a.m., 6:08 a.m. yesterday. On Saturday, Cornelius police arrested Christopher Palmer, 60, for failure to report his stepdaughter missing for 22 days. Later Saturday, Cornelius police said they also arrested the child's mother, Diana Cojocari. I apologize, folks. I know I'm saying this last name incorrectly. For failing to report her missing. Madalina has been missing since November 23rd. She was last seen that same day in Cornelius. No reason has been given as to why the two waited so long to report her missing. Now, this investigation is ongoing. The 11-year-old girl was last seen wearing jeans, pink, purple, and white Adidas shoes, a white t-shirt, and jacket. She weighs approximately 90 pounds. The Cornelius Police, CPD, with the help of the FBI and SBI, are looking for the missing girl. Anyone with information is asked to please call the Cornelius Police Department at 704-892-7773. If you'd like to remain anonymous, you can call North Mecklenburg Crime Stoppers at 704-896-7867.
Breaking news, police have arrested both the mother and the stepfather of an 11-year-old Charlotte girl in connection to her disappearance. Cornelius police are asking for the public's help in finding Madalina Cojocari. Now, this is what else we're learning. Police arrested both Diana Cojocari and Christopher Palmer for failure to report the disappearance of a child to law enforcement. As Trish Wilford reports, this case is raising a number of questions and concerns.
Take a close look at this little girl. The FBI, the SBI, and Cornelius police have been searching everywhere for 11-year-old Madalina Cojocari.
We are encouraging the community, if they have any information as to the whereabouts of Madalina, to let us know. Go on social media, share her story.
Well, her story is a bizarre one because according to Cornelius police, Madalina was last seen at her home on the evening of November 23rd and hasn't been seen since. But according to police, it wasn't until Thursday, 22 days later, that the girl's parents actually reported her missing. Authorities say Madalina's parents went to her school, Bailey Middle, and reported her missing to a school resource officer. Well, Friday afternoon, only our cameras were rolling at the girl's Cornelius home as we watched investigators with the FBI and SBI spend hours digging in the ground in her backyard and searching for evidence inside the home. Neighbors stood by and watched in disbelief.
I've lived here my whole life, so I've never seen anything like this.
Sydney Capps is a social worker and a neighbor. She says the entire community is baffled by Madalina's disappearance.
It's just odd that it seems like she went missing back in November, and it's just not being reported, so that's odd. 24 hours are the most crucial period for evidence, so I think the longer that you get from it, the harder it is to find evidence, and I'm sure they have a reason for digging in the backyard, whatever that is, but yeah, I just hope they figure out what happened to her and hope that she's okay.
Take another look at her. Madalina Cojocari weighs approximately 90 pounds. She was last seen wearing jeans, pink, purple, and white Adidas shoes, and a white t-shirt and jacket.
All right, so this one here is from the New York Post. They mentioned some of the same stuff that the previous, affiliate mentioned, but It mentioned that the mom and stepdad of the missing girl were arrested for failing to report her disappearance. From what I understand, the school contacted them, and I guess they were looking for her, but I guess nothing really happened. And it makes you wonder how 22 days can pass by without someone wondering where a child is. But sadly, we've seen it happen. I mean, look at Harmony Montgomery. You know, she was like 5, and that happened to her. Of course, that was during the pandemic, but regardless, I mean, granted, we had Thanksgiving in this portion, but that's what, at 4 or 5 days. So I mean, she was last seen before Thanksgiving, and here we are. Today's December 19th, and she was actually reported missing last week. I believe it was December 15th. So that's way too long for a child to be missing. So let me just go sift through the New York Post article here. The mother and stepfather of a missing 11-year-old girl from North Carolina have been arrested, accused of waiting more than 3 weeks to report the child's disappearance. Madalina Cojocari was last seen at her home in Cornelius on the evening of November 23rd, according to the Cornelius Police Department. But it wasn't until Thursday that Madalina's family reported the girl as missing to the school resource officer at Bailey Middle School, where the 11-year-old attends 6th grade. Can you imagine? She's been missing all this time. So, what do the parents do? She ran away. She walked away. Now, there's something very suspicious, in my opinion, on this one. The local police department launched an investigation into Madalina's disappearance that same day. So they have been investigating this since last Thursday. The FBI and State Bureau of Investigation is now assisting with the case. So here's a picture of the beautiful young 11-year-old Madalina. Looks like she's got some ice cream and fruit there. And here is her mother, Diana. This is Diana Cojocari, who was arrested on Saturday along with her husband, who she does not carry his last name. He's 60 years old and she's 37, and his name is Christopher Palmeter. So he's definitely, I guess from what I understand, she's a mail order bride. She came over from another country, and she had the child with her as well. So there's quite the age difference there. If that has anything to do with anything. But the bottom line is this girl is missing. On Saturday, police arrested Madalina's mother, Diana Cojocari, 37, and stepfather Christopher Palmeter, 60, charging each with one count of failure to report the disappearance of a child to law enforcement. The couple were booked into the Mecklenburg County Detention Center, where they remained on Monday. Law enforcement officials said in a Facebook post Monday they have expanded the search for Madalina to include Lake Cornelius, located not far from her family's home, which they scoured by boat. We are conducting additional land and water searches as a precautionary measure, officials wrote. And here's another picture of Madalina, one of the most prominent that I've seen on the web on her posters. And here's a photo of some of the searching on the Lake Cornelius. The FBI's Charlotte field office likewise noted in a social media post the lake search is a precautionary measure and is simply part of the normal investigative process. It just comes days after investigators were seen digging in the family's backyard and searching the home, reported WCCB Charlotte. They did not reveal whether they found any clues related to Madalina's disappearance. And they again are noting that she was wearing jeans when she was last seen, pink, purple, and white Adidas shoes, and a white t-shirt and jacket. She's described as having brown hair and brown eyes, standing at 4 feet 10 inches tall and weighing around 90 pounds. If you have any information about her disappearance or whereabouts, please call the Cornelius Police Department at 704-892-7773. So this one is a very odd one to me. Alarm bells are going off. 11-year-old just doesn't disappear. You could say she ran away, but why wouldn't her parents, specifically her mother, report that earlier rather than later. The fact that she was last seen before the Thanksgiving break and she hasn't been seen since, something's not right there. And, like I said, she's 11, so, where's she gonna go? So I'm hoping that they find her soon, and I hope they find her okay. So let's continue to spread her face and her posters out there as well. You could share this video if you like, or you could share any of the posters. I know they're all over Twitter and Facebook, and I'm sure they're hitting TikTok at this point. So let's keep Madalina's face out there, and hopefully she can be found soon and return to her family. All right, with that said, guys, I hope you have a great rest of the day, and most of all, stay safe.